What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video here on YouTube. I need to fix my camera. So you guys know that I'm a pretty big guitar pedal guy. I love buying guitar pedals. Some might even say I buy too many guitar pedals and other various music gear, but I really have not always been a guitar pedal guy. For a very long time, I strictly used VST plugins, and for a while I was pretty anti-guitar pedals because I was like, why would you need any of those if you got everything in VST form? My opinion has since changed, but I do still realize that there's a lot of people that don't have the money to spend on guitar pedals or want to take up space by having a bunch of guitar pedals all over the floor. So that is why I have compiled this list of free VST plugin alternatives to popular guitar pedals. So up first on our list here is going to be none other than the Ibanez Tube Screamer. Now there's a few different variations of the Tube Screamer. There's the 808 version, the TS9, the TS10, but they're all more or less the same. They're all a Tube Screamer with just slight variations. The free plugin alternative that I have here is from Nembrini Audio. It's called the NA808, obviously emulating an 808 style circuit. And I also have another one too. It's the TIC 808 core from Mercurial, I think is how you say it. The only difference in this one, I think, is that the high end is a little bit more rolled off, but you can also switch on this little mod button. I'm not totally sure what it does, just kind of changes the character a little bit, but this one also sounds really good too. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the Big Muff by Electro Harmonix, another one of the most legendary pedals of all time, and the free alternative is again from Nembrini Audio. You'll be seeing a lot of them in this video because they're really good, but it's called Big Stuff. The user interface is exactly like a Big Muff pedal. You got volume, tone, and sustain. Sustain basically controls the amount of fuzz that's happening, and then you've also got this little negative 15 dB attenuation switch. This is basically for if you're using the plugin with a guitar that has active pickups. Alright, next up we have a very simple but very classic pedal. It is the MXR Phase 90. Probably the most iconic phaser pedal ever, and it's super simple, it's just one knob. The free alternative is from Phaser Tone, and the plugin is called Phaser 74. I don't know why they chose 74, and also I do believe it's a missed opportunity to spell phaser the way that it's spelled for their company, which is F-A-Z-E-R. That would have just been perfect in my opinion, but that's okay. Obviously, it's an incredibly simple plugin. All you do is just adjust the speed with this little knob here, and it's a phaser, so yeah. Next up is none other than one of my favorite guitar pedals ever made, the Boss DS1. Legendary distortion pedal used on a billion different records, probably most famously known for being used by Kurt Cobain. The free plugin alternative is by Brainworks, or maybe Plugin Alliance. I'm not totally sure like which is the actual company, but it's called BX Distorange. I do really like this plugin, but I will say that you don't get a whole lot of variation in the distortion sound. You'll hear that the distortion on 12 o'clock versus maxed out versus all the way down kind of sounds pretty similar. I will say honestly, one of my favorite things about the DS1 pedal is how versatile it is. The fact that you can turn the distortion way down or turn your guitar volume way down and get a really clean tone with just a little bit of breakup. This just doesn't do that. It's always max distortion, but if you want that very distorted sound, this is perfect for that. Speaking of very distorted sound, the next pedal that we have is the Boss Metal Zone. Kind of like a love it or hate it pedal. Some people think it's the worst pedal ever, and some people think it's amazing. The free alternative is again from Mercurial, Metal Area, MTA. I also forgot to mention that Mercurial also gives you the option of doing stereo and low versus high quality, which is really nice actually because you don't get stereo output with the actual pedal. But yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. It's very distorted, and that's kind of what you want from a metal zone. Next up here, we're going to go in the total opposite direction with the Boss CE2. Nothing really crazy or fancy, it's just a chorus, but it sounds really good. The free plugin alternative is again from Brainworks/Plugin Alliance, the BX Blue Chorus 2. Super simple, there's a rate, a depth, and a mix knob. Next here we have the epitome of overhyped pedals. It's going to be the Klone. There's like the silver one and then there's the gold one. It's just an overdrive pedal, but a lot of people will just use it as like a clean boost. The pedal goes for like 400 billion bajillion dollars because they're super rare and hyped up and all this other stuff. But nevertheless, I have two free plugin alternatives so you don't have to take out a second mortgage on your house to buy a Klone. The first one is from yet again Phaser Tone. It's called the Klone instead of Klone. The other Klone alternative I have here is from Nembrini Audio, called the Klone Minotaur, but Klone is spelled with a C. Next up we have the Dunlop Crybaby, or like just the wah pedal in general. It's basically just a notch filter that you can control with a foot switch, so you can do these kind of filter sweeps while you're playing. The free plugin version is, you guessed it, from Nembrini Audio, just called NA Wah. There's just a little slider here that you can control and it adjusts the foot switch. You can also click and drag on the picture as well. To be honest, it's a little bit hard to demo because I have to play and adjust it at the same time, which is almost impossible, but I'll kind of show you a little bit. If you right click on the plugin, you'll pull up this kind of menu where you have some options. I don't know what CC is, but I'm guessing that maybe is like some sort of sequence for how the pedal is going to move. I don't really know, but either way, even if you aren't able to automate the pedal or change it while you're playing, just the notch filter sound itself is pretty iconic. What a lot of players have done throughout history is just use this pedal as kind of a set it and forget it thing. You can just kind of sweep through and pick a frequency that you like, and then just leave it right there and you'll have that notch filter kind of sound. And of course, last but not least, you know I had to include the Proco Rat 2. I would say this pedal is right up there with the DS1 as being one of the most iconic distortion pedals ever, and I have two free alternatives that I'm going to show you. The first one is Nembrini Audio's Black. Very basic controls, exactly like a Rat, drive, filter, and level. And the second free plugin option is the Brainworks Plugin Alliance one. It's called BX Black Dist 2, and it's exactly the same layout and the same kind of deal. So yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for me in this one here today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're able to find out about at least one or two new plugins. Sometimes it's really nice to try out kind of what an effect pedal might sound like before you actually go ahead and buy it. Although it's not 100% accurate, I will say that the majority of these sound pretty good. So yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.